What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, Natasha Jonas, Lauren Price, salute to both of them for coming out, doing what they had to do, but there could only be one. Now, the fight played out a lot like the way I thought it was. And pretty much, I could say exactly the way I thought it would. Either way, it doesn't matter. It happened the way I thought it would happen, which would be Lauren Price, too fast, too good. Too much movement, too much hand speed, foot speed. And she was able to keep Natasha Jonas at bay with repetitive punch selections. She was able to pretty much have Natasha Jonas not confident that she can land any shot she needed from any range. Natasha Jonas, when she tried to attack, she was too slow. She was getting hit with shots that she couldn't avoid. When she tried to counterpunch, she was too slow to get the counter shots off. And the majority of the times when she tried to counter, whenever Lauren Price would come in, Natasha Jonas would duck her head down and she's throwing shots. She don't even know where the shot is landing, where it's going. She just would throw. And pretty much Natasha Jonas wasn't able to get comfortable in no area. It wasn't even close. I gave every single round to Lauren Price. Now, a lot of people was saying Natasha Jonas was going to win. Like when Natasha Jonas was saying she was too strong and too experienced, I didn't see it like that. And people was telling me, even Clarissa Shields said that she think Natasha Jonas is experienced. I'm like, okay, that's Clarissa Shields' opinion. I'm not changing my opinion based on what somebody else is saying. It's one thing for a person to voice an opinion without having knowledge of the fighters involved. And I wouldn't do that. If I don't know, I don't know. I'll tell you I don't know. Some fights are harder to call than others depending on the styles of the two fighters. And then you got to look at consistency. Now, one thing is Natasha Jonas has far more pro fights than Lauren Price. And, people don't understand. People always think one situation is the same, identical to somebody else's situation, because on paper it may say one thing, but you got to look at the skill in the fighter. One of the things I saw, even if Natasha Jonas was younger, I just don't think there was no point in her career that she was better than Lauren Price. At no point. We're not going to start blaming it on the age now. I mean, she's been saying that she's been getting better with time, and she's a better fighter now than she was ever. Now, a lot of times, a whole lot of times, fighters say that, and it's just bullshit. They're trying to get you interested in the fight that they're in. But Natasha Jonas, it's not like this is her first loss, and she has always been a good fighter to me. But she, at the same time, you come across somebody that's better at some point with most fighters. And here's a situation where when I watch Lauren Price fight, let me tell you what I do. I look at both fighters, but I look at what a fighter is able to do and what they're not able to do. And when we look at what they're not able to do, it's because what they're trying to do and should be doing, they're not. And when their corner is telling them to do these things and they simply can't, it's because the confidence isn't there. The instincts is telling them nah. Because a lot of times from the outside looking in, people going, all you got to do is this and that, until you're in there. And then you realize, nah, I see why that person was reluctant to throw that punch or do exactly what I was telling them to do in that sense because of. So, when you listen to your corner, but at the same time, if you look at the hand speed difference, the foot speed difference, there was no area that Natasha Jonas was better. Not offensively, not defensively, nothing. There was no area that she was better. So there was nothing that she could do that was guaranteed to work. The best thing that could have happened to Natasha Jonas is that Lauren Price got tired, got exhausted, and then she didn't and could take over. But at the end of the day, you can see the gas tank was still there. all the way up until the last round, and Natasha Jonas wasn't able to throw flurries. She wasn't able to do anything effective. And one thing that works against her, and when you don't see a fighter do this because that's not part of their style, it's easy to say, well, they should have did this and that. But that's why I say you got to look at what a fighter does. Natasha Jonas has no upper body movement. She just has her hands high, and she just stands right there in front of you, and she waits. She tries to time you and try to throw the shot when you throw your shot. Or she'll try to do a quick little, like, slide, to a slight slide to her left, or right and throw a shot to counter. And, when you have a moving target, it's very difficult, especially when they're much faster than you. So, basically, it's a mismatch. They could fight 10 more times, and I believe Price would beat her every single time. It's just a mismatch. Her style just can't. Bottom line, you don't ever depend on the fighter to go in the ring and underperform. You always look for the best version of that fighter. One thing that I've, been expressing for years now, a fighter can have flaws and do things, and then you're counting on that. But the day that you fight them, guess what they're not doing? Those same mistakes that they normally do. People don't understand the mental aspect of boxing, man, because for you to try to force a fighter into going into their old habits, all of these things, you have to have the understanding. You have to know what you need to do to bring that out. Like, if I want you to move a certain way, I'm going to move a certain way to see how you react to it. And if you don't go for it, right, there's other ways to get you to go for that same thing. So, but it's like the mental aspect of it. And I think a lot of fighters, man, they just get so anxious to get a knockout, whether they're worrying about what the crowd booing, or whether they're worrying about not looking so good because they're trying to put on such a perfect performance. But sometimes, man, fighters walk into the fire to get the results. Then you have fighters that say, nope, I'm going to stay as far away from this fire. You're going to have to catch me. So, the thing about Lauren Price, she was on the front foot for the most part. Anytime she got on the back foot just slightly, it was just to give a different look, to make Natasha Jonas get desperate and run into something. But, because she was outlanding for sure. She won the fight easily. But it's one of these things where when you see these fighters that's smart enough to, not run into certain things, they keep their composure and they fight the same fight every single round, and that they need something different to happen for them to get a KO. They need a KO to win, and they just haven't found any way to crack the Da Vinci Code to get that shit. It's like, okay, I see. Unless this person can get the knockout, they're going to lose this fight. Unless this person tires down. Like, it's everything other than this person having the ability to change what they're doing to get the win. And that's what I saw in Natasha Jonas against Price. She's just too good. It's as simple as that. Natasha Jonas didn't make any excuses about anything, and then she ends up saying she was just too fast. I couldn't catch up to her. And this is what I said from the very beginning, that unless Lauren Price goes in there and just fight the wrong fight, or just want to be one of these nights where all of a sudden things just go wrong, like, other than her being herself, I feel like she's just too good. I told you guys that. I feel like she's just too good. Now, what I want to see is Skye Nicholson and Amanda Serrano. It's like I tell people, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I ask an opinion, that's cool. If you give your opinion, that's cool. But that don't mean shit. My opinion don't mean shit. That's not what the fuck I'm going by. I just want to see the fight, regardless of who we think will win or lose. I want to see the fight. And if the fight happens, I'm picking Skye Nicholson to pick Amanda Serrano apart. I just watched 2 fights of Amanda Serrano. And the one fight she had, I forget this chick's name, who didn't even belong in the ring with her. It's funny how Amanda Serrano fans never want to bring this chick name up. That shit ended in the first fucking round. That chick shouldn't even been in there. That's the one when she claimed she called her name, so she had to get it. And when the interviewer asked her about Skye Nicholson, that's when she goes into the whole, well, I'm not my promoter, you got to talk to my promoter. That same fucking chick shouldn't even been in the ring with her, right? But yet they always talk about how Amanda Serrano fight nothing but the very top fight. Man, stop it, man, stop. Bottom line, they're both good fighters. Make the fucking fight happen. This backwards ass generation of not wanting to see certain fights happen because they're scared that the person that they like is going to lose. Listen, man, I think they're both solid fighters, but Skye Nicholson, she's the shit at 126, man. I want to see the fight. What the fuck do people have against seeing fights? I don't understand this shit. It's like going out buying a nice big dinner and go, well, we can look at it, but there's no need to eat it. The fuck did we buy it for? Well, I mean, we can eat some ramen noodles instead of, because, what's the purpose? I mean, we're going to die one day anyway, so does it matter if we're eating steak and potatoes and carrots and cabbage and all that? I mean, what's wrong with ramen? Well, what the fuck did you buy this for? Well, why'd you buy it, right? Okay, why become a fucking boxer just to not fight the top people? And I could, even right now, when people say things like, yeah, man, well, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor's a bigger for, shut the fuck up. We got that fucking song and dance twice already. And you motherfuckers didn't like the results both times. It was a bunch of fucking Amanda Serrano fans complaining about the fucking results. And now, all of a sudden, here's a fresh face that's like, hey, I got a belt at 126. You just jumped up and said you're the GOAT and you're the best fucking fighter at 140, right? At 140, at 126. You said that. So what I'm saying is, prove it. Let's fight for unification. Because I want to become undisputed. Now, all of a sudden, you got to talk to my managers and my people because, come on, y'all. And if y'all want to play stupid, like, look, understand, I don't give a fuck how much you like any fighter. Same thing. If Skye Nicholson was saying that shit, I'd be saying, hey, Skye, Amanda Serrano's calling you out. Why the fuck are you not taking the fight? Let's be real. Lauren Price, 8 motherfucking professional fights. This is her 9th fight against Jonas. She went in there and stepped up. There's no reason for Serrano and Skye to not fight. And I'm going to keep pushing for this shit until Amanda Serrano is either forced to fight her or she dropped the belt and let other women in the division fight because for the belt. Because talking shit, claiming to be somebody, but you don't want to fucking fight. Look at how stupid you guys can be. You motherfuckers was sitting there talking shit about Clarissa Shields versus fucking little ass Alicia Baumgartner at 147 pounds. No fucking belt. Neither one of them have a belt at 147. Oh, this is a legacy fight. Man, y'all stop sucking dick all your life. Stop it. I thought it was a stupid fucking fight from day one. And I already know the excuse after fucking Shields stomp a little ass into the ground. I already know what the excuse is going to be. I already know what the fucking excuse is going to be. And the funny thing is, do you guys realize Lauren Price actually fought at 175 pounds one time? And she said she was always small as a heavyweight. So it was no sense for her to stay up there. And so she's coming in now at this weight class. And look, now all eyes are going to be on her because here's what I'm saying. I get sick of people bragging about their favorite fighters. And then all of a sudden, these motherfuckers hang around. And they're 36, they're 37, they're 38, whatever, they're 40. And then you motherfuckers want to make excuses. Like how y'all did about, Clarissa Shields' last opponent. Oh, man, she was 42 years old. So what? That chick could fight. And guess what? Shields holds a belt up there. And Shields already made it known she wants Savannah. She want Franchon. And she's already about to fight, Hannah Gabriels. I don't give a fuck about the Layla Ali bullshit, but you understand what I'm saying? That's another stupid fight. That shit is not going to happen any fucking way. Okay, but, and then when she comes down to 154, let's see where all the big mouths are then. Let's see all these motherfucking little ass women talking this shit. They won't go to 154. They're not going to do it. So unless they're willing to do it, you can walk around and be like, oh, I'm the real GOAT. Okay, so put up or shut up. I don't even want to see Amanda Serrano little ass or Katie Taylor little ass try to go up the fight. I don't even want to see that shit. Now, and you know why? Because even though Shields had the heart to go up to 100 and fucking all the fucking way up to 175 from 154, she done went as high as she could go, and she went as low as she could actually go. That it would make sense for her to even do it. These fighters are not going to go to 154. And I'm not going to make no fucking excuse for they were too small. It's one thing to have a big-ass mouth and say I'm too small, and to realize, you know what, I'm too small. That's the fight that I know ain't going to happen. Why talk shit? Why say anything that you're not willing to back up? It's really simple. So, that all being said, I want to see the Skye Nicholson Amanda Serrano fight. There's no reason for it. And if fucking Skye Nicholson was holding the belt and Amanda Serrano was saying, hey man, I want the fight, and Skye Nicholson was talking about, you gotta talk to my promoters, not one of you fucking Amanda Serrano fans would, not one of you motherfuckers, not one of you wouldn't be saying, Skye, what's up? Why you don't want to fight for unification? Why you don't want to be undisputed? What's going on? But no, it's because Serrano's the one. She can't even give an actual reason as to why she won't fight Skye Nicholson. She can't even give you a reason. So all that Katie Taylor, Serrano 3 bullshit, I don't give a fuck about their third fight. I honestly don't give a shit about a third fight between them. Y'all, oh, but it was entertaining. No, shut the fuck up. Y'all cry like some bitches. Oh, man, she got robbed again, and this and this and this, to the point where it's like, okay. Well, how many times are they going to fight? Like how many times are they going to fight? But notice how when certain fighters fight, even when people don't like the decision, it's not something that carries over. And 2 years later, somebody going, I hate this person, I can't stand this person. But ain't it funny how some people, y'all hate like a motherfucker for that kind of shit? Which you sound stupid, because you shouldn't hate anybody over a fucking decision the referee made or whatever. But bottom line is, Amanda Serrano, you hold the belt at 126. Either fight Skye Nicholson or another champion at 126, or let the fucking belt go. Why can't people understand that shit? It's like, just like when I made my comparison about, you know, people not making an exit strategy, but just fighting lesser opponents, because they're going to make the same amount of money, whether it's a top level guy or not, right? Because if that top level guy don't have a big name, but he's dangerous, you know, they'll take the easier route, and none of them are making $300 million. And just like I said, when Floyd fought Conor, Floyd didn't have a belt. Floyd wasn't holding up the division. He just showed people what star power can do. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, he made $200 million, and Pacquiao made $120 million. So all of these things that people are saying, it just makes me laugh, because I'm like, y'all love to just talk like a bunch of little children. Like a bunch of little kids yesterday they think that Dr. Seuss is real. They were talking about they're little kids. I'm just looking at them like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie to these kids. Now their parents probably feeling they bullshit with that bullshit. Santa Claus is real, Dr. Seuss is real, the Tooth Fairy is real. Shit, you know what I said to these kids? I said, hey, do you like Dr. Seuss? They said, yeah. You have fun reading the books and watching the cartoons. That's okay. So just continue to enjoy the books and the cartoons. That's all I could tell them. But Dad, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the cartoons and the books and just enjoy it. They know video games aren't real, right? So why do they think cartoons are real? Because people teach kids lies. We're grown as adults. So what I'm saying is, when you apply that kid logic to a situation like, you want to act stupid, like you don't understand why people want to see this fight. Oh, Skye Nicholson need to sit down. Shit. Okay, well then who the fuck should sit? Who should Amanda Serrano fight? Because not one of you Amanda Serrano fans, not one of you motherfuckers are talking about who she should fight at 126. Nope. Y'all mentality is whatever she choose to do, she got the right to, because I'm a slave to this bitch, and I got to say it like that because that's how the fuck you motherfuckers act. Anybody who you sit up and you motherfuckers don't even like fighters. You worship these motherfuckers. Y'all literally worship these motherfuckers. Somebody said to me, yo, but you like Tank as a fighter. I remember you talking good about him. I'm like, what's your point? No, but you said that he, you know, he ducking smoke with Shakur. I'm like, so what you think I said that for? Now you just fucking sat here and said that I usually talk good about Tank, right? So it's obvious I don't show fucking favoritism. The problem is your immature mind, you don't understand. I'm calling that shit fair. I'm calling it as I see it. I'm calling it down the middle. I am not calling it with favoritism towards Tank or anybody else. What don't you understand about that? Oh yeah, that's true. I'm like, wow, you can't be that fucking dumb. Yes, you motherfuckers are that fucking dumb. Yes, you are. That's exactly my point. It's not about who I like or don't like. Yeah, I favor Skye Nicholson to win. I want to see her win. I like Skye Nicholson as a fighter. But this has nothing to do with the fact that the fight should be made. So even if Amanda Serrano was to beat her, the fight still should have been made. I'm not going to go, damn, she shouldn't have fought her. Like when I hear these stupid saying, these little comments, one heavyweight suggests Anthony Joshua, stay far away from this heavyweight. You can't beat this guy. Oh, this one fighter says, you know, Daniel Dubois should stay far away from this. That's what we're doing now. Instead of fighting the top guys, we're ducking them. We're gonna get a couple of little insignificant bullshit wins. We'll get in a position where we're gonna make some good money. Talk shit, but knowing we're not gonna fight that guy. Like Teofimo did when he fucking admitted that the zone knew he was about to drop the belts and go up to 140. After shaking motherfuckers' hands and making comments about promising Haney would be next, promising Lomachenko would be next to rematch. See, all this kind of shit that your favorite fighters do, but y'all act like y'all don't see it because of your bullshit nationality or because of your bullshit favoritism, your bullshit bias. But at the same time, that's all you're doing is talking stupid shit. So now, right now, let's see who's going to step up and want to fight Lauren Price. Yeah. And I say this shit, I don't give a fuck if it's Katie Taylor. I don't care if it's Amanda Serrano. Fight a Lauren Price then, since you don't want to fight Skye Nicholson. We already know Katie Taylor, the thing is this, Katie Taylor don't talk shit. Katie Taylor just come to fight. Well, her idiot fans, her idiot ass fans, just they're delusional too. Amanda Serrano, she talks shit. She want to brag and make claims about who she is and what she is. And you know what? Just like certain guys, well, if you look at Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor and have that mentality of, oh, well, she's at a point where she could do it. Oh, fuck you. Fuck Amanda Serrano. Fuck a Terrence Crawford. Fuck a Canelo. Fuck a Katie Taylor or any other fighter that has that mentality. Because it's bullshit. Because if you are active in this fucking sport and you feel like you should be able to fight whoever you want, then you should let the fucking belts go and let the fighters who really want to fight for these belts. And the problem is because of that mindset, every fucking fighter is subject to do the same bullshit. Well, so why not just do it? The next fighter going to do it. Okay, because y'all don't give a fuck about the sport of boxing. You care about stroking your own ego, the ego of the fighter you like, and basically the demise of the sport, okay, is based on this fucking bullshit mentality. People don't want to fight the fighters that they should fight, yet they want to hold on to the belts. Just like this fucking guy, it's always funny how y'all talk all this shit about Floyd fought people when they was too old or too young, bullshit. He was the master manipulator. Oh, wow. Wow, really? That's how it went? And fucking Canelo Alvarez. Look at who he's going to get ready to fight. Canelo Alvarez had a poll put up about who he should fight next, and the guy that they had as his mandatory on the fight, nobody wanted to see Canelo fight this motherfucker. But all of a sudden, Mr. Mauricio and company makes this guy Canelo's mandatory. I think a fight or two later, I'm like, yeah. So, no. This is exactly my point. And like I said, this William Stoll guy, yeah, after Canelo dismantles him, it's just going to say Canelo was he won X amount of championships. And yeah, exactly. All this designed just for Canelo to become undisputed again. That's all this was. So him being stripped means nothing, right? This is exactly my fucking point. But yet, no, y'all not going to see this in Canelo because you don't want to see it. But that's the fucking facts. That's not an opinion. That's a fucking fact. This shit's designed, bro. And even what's at stake is, well, as long as you keep winning, you keep holding on. Look at his last fucking 3 opponents, man. Berlanga. What's that little 154-pound motherfucker that moved up and just got knocked out in his last fight? Jaime Munguia. Now he fighting Williams. So look at his. Is this his exit strategy? No. This is just him making money fighting these guys that ain't shit. Let's just be real. He just fought a prospect in Berlanga. Berlanga's a fucking prospect. Now, y'all can sit up and make all the excuses you want, but if somehow Serrano can be talked into fighting Skye Nicholson, after Skye Nicholson beats her, hear me good, after Skye Nicholson beats her, all you're going to see in the comment sections is, oh, Serrano was old. And they flip it and make a complete lie. She waited for Serrano to get old. No, Serrano don't want to fight Skye Nicholson. And I don't believe at all. It has nothing to do with no low risk, high reward, high risk, low reward. I believe, plain and simple, her team looks at Amanda Serrano, they look at Skye Nicholson, and they know her style is all wrong for fucking Amanda Serrano. And Amanda Serrano is going to have to run in the shots. She's going to get caught coming in, trying to catch her. If you watch Amanda Serrano, she comes in, she leans and leaves herself open to land that body shot to try to keep you at bay, and she's there to be hit. And because her and Katie Taylor stylistically, they going in with all them little wild slap cat punches at each other. Y'all, right, okay, whatever, man. I guess you could say it's a good fight for what women's boxing is. All right, whatever. But at the same fucking time, they know that. Just like the difference with Jonas is Jonas wanted to smoke. Okay, that's the difference. She wanted to smoke. But the same way, she kept talking about her power. She's too strong and too experienced. Look at what she ended up admitting at the end of the fight. She was too fast. I couldn't catch up to exactly. And the same thing, Skye Nicholson, stylistically, when I look at her fight and I look at Amanda Serrano fight, I get that feeling. I like that. She can beat Serrano. She's better than Serrano. Oh man, but sure, I don't give a fuck about your all man and who she. I don't give a fuck about her fighting Katie Taylor. I don't give a fuck if this bitch fought Alexis Texas. I don't give a fuck about who she fucking fought. I don't care. Fight Skye Nicholson. There's no reason for this fight to not happen. And I know that anybody that watches Skye Nicholson fight, y'all can talk all that shit, all she does is run. I know, it's always the same excuses when you know. And you know what's so funny? It's always when it comes to a slick boxer, oh, all they do is run. But when they get in there with the matador, and you know, with the bull, and become the matador, it's always the bull looks like a complete fucking buffoon. And when it happens, oh she did. No, stop. Anytime they fight a lesser opponent that get in there and run, all y'all do is jump up and cheer and scream and wave your flag because they won the fight. But when it's a fighter that you know is high caliber, now all of a sudden that fight doesn't matter. Oh, it don't even matter because, yeah, I know y'all don't want to see Amanda Serrano lose. I like Amanda Serrano as a fighter, but at the same fucking time, I see flaws and weaknesses in her style every time she fights. But you all overlook it because the fact she get the win, because she's not fighting people that could exploit those things. Even stylistically, Katie Taylor is a get in, get out type of fighter, but Katie Taylor, even her style, Katie Taylor isn't what she used to be either. She's not as fast on her feet as she used to be. She doesn't get around the ring the same exact way. So now she has to throw more punches than she used to. And if you watch Katie Taylor fight, like I said, she throws the same repetitive combinations over and over. And that's what she does. She gets in, she throws all these little wild slap fast punches, and she gets out. That's her style. Amanda Serrano can never catch up to Katie Taylor to like really break her down. But what she does is she goes in there and, like the last fight, which I thought Serrano won, she was able to keep her at bay enough to where Katie couldn't jump in like she usually do and land those shots. But as the fight went on and they started to like mix it up more, it became the same old fight. You understand what I mean? The adjustments that you need to make as fighters, when you don't see it, it's just a lot of cat scratching and shit. I'm watching it and I'm like, yeah, okay, I see what both women are doing. Now, you had some people that thought that Katie Taylor actually won the fight. I thought Serrano won the fight. But at the same fucking time, it's within the fight. This is what I'm saying, where people don't understand the difference with greatness. There's levels to shit. You need to be able to adjust however you have to get the win. You need to be able to get make the adjustments that you need to in order to get the win. And when you just keep fighting the same fight, and it's like either one of us going to get tired, and somehow I'm just going to outland you, and you know, it's not like Katie Taylor wasn't landing punches, and it's not like she went in and just got blown out the water. That's how Amanda Serrano fans try to make it seem. Like Amanda went in and just won every round and blew out. No, I thought Amanda Serrano won the fight. I thought she was more effective. I thought she landed the more telling blows, and I thought that she hit Katie Taylor definitely more than Katie Taylor hit her. Other fighters, other people had their opinion on the fight. But what I'm saying, okay, is overall, if you can't make the adjustments, nobody in the history of boxing was better at that shit than Floyd. Look at how many fighters had to lose a fight. I watched Sugar Ray go in there and fight Roberto Duran stupidly the first time they fought. I'm going to beat you at your own game. No, you're not. And not one point in that fight did it click, man, I need to get back to what made me Ray. What are you, fucking robots? You can only fight the way you train? No. He had to go and have a whole second fight and go back to what made him Ray. Why'd you stick to that one style that wasn't working in that first fight? You wasn't getting the better of Duran. Second fight, he did what he was supposed to. Duran quit. Funny thing is, when Ray Leonard fought Marvin Hagler, Ray out of his own mouth said, when he got knocked out, why the fuck are you sparring the same week as the fight? You know, which I thought was crazy. But he said he got knocked out, and everybody heard about it. I remember that shit was in the news about it, that Ray Leonard got knocked out in sparring. And then his team was like, man, you got knocked out by your sparring partner. How you going to beat Marvin? And he said that him getting knocked out by his sparring partner was the best thing that happened to him, because he said he was actually going to go in there and fight Hagler the way he fought Duran. Now, here's Ray, a seasoned veteran. Don't you think Ray would have better sense than that? Why the fuck would you go in there and fight Marv that way? Well, because you want to hide the crowd? So because he got knocked out by his sparring partner, that's what made him say, nah, I think I'm going to fight him the way I fought Duran the second time. Let me get in there and box. Why? Why would you go in there, you being who you are and Marv being who he is? Why would you go in there and fight Marvin Hagler's fight? So if he didn't get knocked out, then yeah, he probably would have got knocked out by Marv, because he would have went in there and fought stupidly. And that's pretty much, I don't give a fuck how much of a Ray Leonard fan you are. And Ray is no fighter I like more than Ray. Ray's one of them dudes, man. Like, we talking Ali and all, yeah. Ray, that was stupid. Why would you even have that mindset? I'm gonna go in there and fight the most stupidest fight that I can possibly fight. And what? Stand at the end of the interview going, well, I tried, and I thought that. Nah, so he went in there and fought the way he was supposed to fight. Ray Robinson got on his toes and moved, but y'all don't call that running. But somehow in this fucking era of time, it's like, yeah, Skye Nicholson's a runner. Right, okay, whatever. Here's what the real fear is. Skye Nicholson will box circles around Amanda Serrano. Serrano's not going to be able to catch up to her. And even if she does, Skye is smart enough to know how to, what to do in those situations. And Serrano's going to lose. That's the fucking fear. Nobody's fucking stupid, man. That's the fucking fear. It's like Crawford fans saying fucking Boots ain't ready and Boots is this and all of it. Right, I know. Right, y'all talk all that shit. But Crawford knows that motherfucker ain't no joke. Crawford knows that shit. So, when you look at any of these situations, we settle fights in the ring. Not by motherfuckers coming on fucking social media typing in the outcome like we already know what's going to happen. So there's no need for these two to fight. This generation is so soft, man. You like this ignorant way of thinking just turns me off, man, because I'm different. When we played basketball, we attacked the fucking boards. When we played basketball, we played all out. We played basketball, we played like we was making millions of fucking dollars. And we was playing this motherfucker. It had nothing to do with money. We was just, we boxed. Everything we fucking did, we did that shit like with that killer be killed mentality. But we was cerebral as fuck. And I see a generation of motherfuckers who, like, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to say something that a lot of motherfuckers, the real ones, will know this shit. There's not a whole lot of fighters in this game right now that I respect that's really having that real dog in them, man. You know what I'm starting to see? What I'm not just started, but seeing a lot of these fighters are soft. If the fight, even if they are in a scrap, but with a guy that's like C level, D level, maybe B minus level, and even on the B minus level, that means there's things that a fighter is still lacking. And you might see them be able to go in there and do some things, but these fighters are soft, man. These fighters right now, you put them in a generation where these motherfuckers really scrapped, they would fall short. They don't have that toughness. They don't have the mental toughness. They don't. And ain't no motherfucker with no perm processed hair and painting his nails gonna beat me. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna just beat me. Nobody. Fuck that. Nobody. But a motherfucker walk around with fucking soul glow and fingernail polish and nah, when you put them in a real fight, you see like, damn, I thought this motherfucker. I'm telling you, y'all got shit twisted, man. And that's why the real fighters, people that we should respect and say, yo, this motherfucker show and prove against whoever they fight, you got to look at that shit and think, why would these fighters not want to fight the best fighters? And I'm not talking, like I said, you got people when you look at their career and go, nah, that motherfucker fought everybody. Y'all bullshitting. But then you got the situation where you got to look and think, even when somebody is in a position where, let's say, okay, let's use Crawford for example. We know Crawford can box. We know that Crawford come to fight. It's not about making excuses for nobody. There's no need to. When you hear people say, yo, Crawford is fighting Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was able to beat all these other guys up until this point. Those other guys aren't Crawford. Crawford is going to be able to exploit him and hit him and get to him in ways that these other fighters wasn't. Right? Now, for those who thought that, I don't think nobody pictured that fight. I know none of you motherfuckers pictured that fight happening the way it happened. But the fact he was able to drop him that many times and hurt him so easily, and you understand what I'm saying? Crawford, that fight with Spence fought stupidly. Y'all quick to say Haney fought a motherfucker on steroids that was cheating and he was drained and that fighter wasn't. Y'all quick to bring, but none of y'all look at the fact Spence fought a stupid fight. He made the fight easier for Crawford with his whole approach to the fight. Everything was, I'm trying to knock your head off. You could telegraph that shit. Crawford could see it coming. I could see it coming from my couch. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, he fucked him up. Now, here's the thing. For a fighter to not be able to get to you, you getting thrown out of a fucking car at 100 miles per hour, you having all these surgeries and all that, none of that shit is affected, right? When a guy can't get to you. Crawford's, he got to him at will. He hurt him multiple times. What did Spence say about Crawford? He do smile, man. When I beat him, everybody gonna say he do smile. He do smile. That's why I don't want to hear that bullshit either about, oh, this person was too small, this person came up. Y'all always make excuses for fighters that y'all want to see win. But when they get their ass whooped, they were too small. But what did he end up saying after the fight? Yeah, Crawford, he's strong, he can punch, he's strong. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what you fucking think don't mean piss. I don't give a fuck about what people think. I'm making all these analogies and examples because I get sick of hearing you so-called fight fans make excuses for your favorite fighters. So yeah, it's what I'm talking about. You saying, and look, Crawford let the belts go at 147. He was holding on to the motherfuckers. I know what that's about. In case this shit goes terribly wrong at 154, I'm still a champ at 147. So no, he didn't let the belts go until he knew, okay, it's official. I'm staying at 154. I'm not going back to 147. Then all of a sudden, all right, I'll let the belts go. And what happens, right? We know he's not going back down. So now you got whoever's at 147. Okay, you motherfuckers can now fight for the belt. Now check this out. And this is where you motherfuckers are also being short-sighted. If you look at the fact that when he fought Madrimov, he still was holding on to, I think two or three of the belts or whatever. Even when he fought Madrimov, he was still holding on to the belts. So now look at what's going on at 147, and nobody's talking about super fight. All there is fights. So we have a guy, Jerron Boots Ennis, who to me is clearly the best guy at 147, right? But what's happening? Where's these super fights? You understand? Where's the big names? Where's the whole, this guy, this is what I'm talking about. So Jerron Boots Ennis will be in the position of a Shakur Stevenson. I'm going to beat who's here. I'm going to become undisputed and then go up to 154 to have people act like his 147 accomplishment don't mean shit. This is what you constantly see. The same way when Crawford went up to 147, Spence and Thurman and all of them was like, but what he did was at 140. This is 147. Right. And look at who Keith Thurman is fighting right now. Now, y'all are bigging up Keith Thurman and talking about the type of warrior he is, and Keith Thurman is telling you how this guy got knocked out by nobody. This guy's not on his level. Then why the fuck did you pick this dude? This is what I be telling you guys. These fucking fighters make hypocrites out themselves. You sit and talk about how a fucking fighter ain't shit. You sit and talk about how a fucking fighter is not on your level, but you picked him. Then after you beat him, well, yeah, he was strong. He was dedicated. You know what I'm saying? He came to fight. Stop it, man. Because all the bullshit psychology has nothing to do with you admitting the fact that these fighters that you're fighting ain't shit. You can't say that about Skye Nicholson. Skye Nicholson is a solid fighter. Any fighter can make a mistake. Skye Nicholson, Amanda Serrano, Terrence Crawford, any fighter can make mistakes. But what I'm saying is, if it's all about legacy, why would Amanda Serrano want to fight anybody other than another champion? Why would you just want to fight challengers? Not even mandatories, just challengers. And I don't care. I'm saying it again. I don't give a fuck about Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor rematch. I do not care about it at all. I don't care about a third fight between them. Like I said, we already had this song and dance. Move the fuck on. You want to know what? If Katie Taylor want to continue to fight, and y'all keep talking about just making match, okay, fight Lauren Price. Fight Lauren Price. And you want to know what you not going to hear me say? If Katie Taylor was to win, well, Katie Taylor got all these fights and Lauren only got 9 fights. Nope, fight Lauren Price. See, these women go up and down in weight to keep fighting rematches with the same fucking people. They don't have a big selection of fighters to choose from. But here, Amanda Serrano and Skye Nicholson, hey, what's stopping them from fighting? They're right there. Fight the woman. Or let the belt go. It doesn't make a difference about a delusional Amanda Serrano fan saying, well, yeah, they should beat Amanda Serrano. Yeah, because Amanda Serrano let the belt go. She didn't want to fight her. And if she wanted that smoke, why would you not? I don't understand you motherfuckers, man. I don't. I don't understand that mentality, bro. Because like the real warriors want to fight the real. You want to fight the best fighters out there. Ain't nobody trying to be fucking fighting and getting in shape and going through all that just to fight some nobody of a fighter. And then unless it's a stay busy fight, and there's no reason for a stay busy fight when you got a willing challenger out there. And at 140, who else do you want to see Amanda Serrano fight? Okay, fuck it. Fight Lauren Price if you're not going to fight Skye Nicholson. It's the same type of ass whooping. This shit is crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I call all fighters out. So just know, you watch this motherfucking channel, this ain't no pro Anthony Joshua channel, pro Crawford, pro Shields, no. I respect those fighters. But if they do some bullshit, I'm not looking to nitpick with shit. I'm looking at bullshit. I would fucking say it. I like Alicia Baumgartner as a fighter. She did some sucker shit. And I don't like, no, I didn't personally like to attack her talking about you can't argue with broke people, and me myself not being no rich dude helping broke people eat, helping poor families eat. I don't know what the fuck she do with her money, and I ain't got no sponsor. I'm talking about me, the money I fucking work for and pay my mortgage with, and car insurance, and money to send my kids to college. Yeah, my fucking money. So when I hear people talk that shit, and I'm like, yeah, you know how many broke-ass people want to just be able to say, I went to a fucking professional boxing match or something. Somebody that might look at Alicia Baumgartner and feel like, hey, I can just say it. I saw Alicia Baumgartner fight in person. And you can't argue with broke-ass people. Real ignorant, real stupid to say. And I don't, like, when people don't apologize for things that they say and do, I can't respect that. Because people like that will never be wrong, no matter what they do. No matter what they do, and no matter how wrong it is, no matter who they offend. And at the end of the day, it's like, all of these fighters claim that they want to, okay, the same thing for Alicia Baumgartner. You talking about fighting Shields, go up and fight Lauren Price. And listen here, Lauren Price ain't no motherfucking pushover. And she might only have 9 pro fights, but especially in the women's division, that don't even fucking really matter, because a lot of these women get titles before they even get 10 fights. It's just the way it is, man. But at the same time, Lauren Price is there. If any of these fucking fighters feel like fighting lesser opponents, putting their body through grueling training camps to go and look impressive against lesser opponents is the way, so be it. Understand, you can call yourself what you want, but when you got certain fighters that's outshining you in the ring, they're in there fighting these fights and winning and doing what they have to do, and you over here running your mouth trying to be something you're not, it doesn't fucking matter, man. I respect what Amanda Serrano's done. I respect what Katie's done. I respect what Shields has done. I respect what several fighters have done. Like I said, the women's division is not that deep. Women's boxing is not that deep. There's no one stacked division. Not one division in female boxing is stacked. The thing is, from 130 to 147, certain fighters can handle the weight where you can have fighters fight each other that normally you might not have gotten. Ramla Ali, she's in a division where it's not like really any really popular names. And ever since Katie Bridges got her ass kicked, it's just like, that would have been the so-called big fight at their weight class. But when I look at all of this, I just look and I say, hey, you know what? Instead of these fighters, like the women said, right? They wanted this women's revolution to be strong. They wanted to be able to get in there and shine and show that we're just as dedicated as the men. And nah, we see fighters do this nitpicking shit. They're doing the same exact things. And like I told you, when these motherfuckers start making more money, when they start being more successful, they start having commercial success, they start to be able to get sponsors and do shit, and they become more notable, you're going to see they're going to do the same thing the men going to do. And that's just what happens. Anything that starts here and does this, changes come. changes come. They want to commercialize everything. They want to water everything down, and it's the same business model. And yeah, man, I mean, there's no reason. It's funny how people always want to call somebody that's not in their weight class, call somebody's name that's not in their weight class. It's funny how people that's already in their weight class, they don't want to fight. And when you hold multiple belts, you have a responsibility. So are you just going to hold a belt at 126 but continue to just fight at higher weights? Like, no, that's bullshit. Make the fucking fight happen. Simple. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.